Hey guys, Hey guys, it's Yuki here, and konnichiwa from Canada. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So today's video is going to be about sleep, fatigue, and fibromyalgia. I know all too well how hard it is to fall asleep when you have fibromyalgia related insomnia. It's real good times, I tell ya. So in this video, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown on what meds I like to take to try and get some sleep and what things I do throughout the day to make it a little bit easier. So, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a healthcare practitioner, and this is just what works well for me, and always talk to your doctor about taking any meds that I'm going to be talking about. So, without further ado, let's go! Alright, welcome back to the drawing board with Sensei Yuki. So, this lack of sleep that you're experiencing is probably going to lead to more pain. And then because you're in pain, you can't really sleep. It's a lovely circle of agony. And on top of this circle of agony, you got all of these other symptoms that's probably going to make your sleeping life a lot more difficult. Those symptoms include irritable bladder. You're peeing like 3 to 5 times per night. Well, at least I do. And it sucks. Restless leg syndrome / nocturnal myoclonus. Another fancy way of saying you're very twitchy at night. And some people have sleep apnea, which means you're not breathing sometimes throughout the night. That's not very good. And on top of that, you got depression and anxiety. But I think that's kind of called for when you're dealing with all this BS and can't sleep and you're in pain. And all of this leads to poorly functioning human, aka also known as fibro patients. So what causes it? Abnormal brain wave patterns, and that can be detected and recorded in a sleep laboratory. I'm gonna give you a really quick summary on stages of sleep, but I'm only gonna be focusing on stage 1 and 4 since that's like the most relevant here. Alright, so stage 1 alpha is the lightest of sleep. And then stage 4 delta is the deepest of sleep. Now the delta stage, that's when your body's going to do the most of the restorative work. So growth hormones controls the tissue growth, that's going to be happening so it repairs itself, and chemicals for immunity is also produced. Now the delta stage is where the abnormal brain wave patterns occur. Delta sleep is broken into short, sharp bursts, and delta waves are supposed to be long, slow frequencies. Because the delta stage is interrupted so many times throughout the night, this causes unrefreshed sleep and we wake up sore and even more tired than we went to bed the night before. Awesome! Alright, so let's get straight into the drugs, shall we? What do I use to get some sleep? Side note, I don't always use drugs to get to sleep. I do my damn hardest to sleep naturally. But if I am in a lot of pain, or I'm having insomnia, or I'm having some little tweaks of anxiety beginning, then I will resort to drugs. Because everybody needs to sleep. It's very needed. And like any drugs, you do start to build up a tolerance over time. So I tend to cycle through them. So I'll switch between drugs. And it's also good to give your body a break too. In no particular order, let's start off with medicinal marijuana. Cannabis has been demonized for far too long, and I think we really need to look at the medical aspects of this little plant. There's an article called Cannabinoids in the Management of Difficult to Treat Pain, and it's definitely worth the read, so I listed that in the description box down below. Medical marijuana comes in many different shapes and forms. They can come into capsules, to oils, to just the plain old dried plant. You can get just CBD, which only has trace amounts of THC, so you get the muscle relaxant aspect of the CBD without getting stoned. You could also get the THC, which is also a very good anti-inflammatory, but you also get the more mind-relaxing slight buzz from it as well, which is really good in aiding in sleep. There's also the 1-to-1, so you get best of both worlds. And there's also synthetic versions as well, like Nabalone, for example. There are many options. I don't want to get too in-depth with the medicinal marijuana because it's gonna take me a long time and probably like 20 minutes just talking about it. So I did put the link in the description box if you want to read the very detailed version of what I'm talking about. Instead of smoking or vaping, I prefer to just eat them. I ingest them. Next up is melatonin. So melatonin is actually a hormone that we produce naturally to help us get to sleep at night. It is safe for short-term use, and personally I don't like to use it after 2 days because the response is very diminished. I hardly notice a difference. I think this might depend on which product you take for melatonin, but the ones I'm taking, when I do have to get up and go pee at night, I can't get back to sleep. This happens like maybe half the time I take these ones, so maybe they're not the best, I don't know. But it's better than getting a kick in the ass. Now the next one, I know it's not for everyone. It's Mersyndol. Mersyndol is a combination of acetaminophen, codeine, and doxylamine. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing these incorrectly, but I'm not a healthcare practitioner or a pharmacist, and English is my second language. Back to Mersyndol, acetaminophen is a pain reliever. Codeine is an opiate, and it is also a pain reliever and a sedative, so you're getting drowsy and stoned, and it'll help you get to sleep. And doxylamine is a antihistamine. Another option for when you're not in too much pain but you need to sleep, I got some good old sleeping pills. These ones are diphenhydramine hydrochloride. Diphenhydramine hydrochloride? I'm not sure. But anyways, even though these are sold as sleeping pills, these are actually antihistamines. So you build up a tolerance really quick, and side effects for everything is in the description box down below. Yeah, I didn't bother talking about all the side effects because that would have taken way too long, and I wanted to get to the point. Alright, from here on, I'm gonna talk about other things I do throughout the day to get some sleep. One of them is trying to stick to a regular sleep/wake schedule. This will help your body to sleep when you need to sleep and wake up when you need to wake up. Your body will get used to it naturally. Now, to help with normalizing a regular sleep/wake schedule, when you wake up, try to set like a positive tone for the day. And that's gonna be different for everyone. I know some people do like positive affirmations, but that's just not my style. I'm really realistic. I wake up, and if I'm not as sore as usual, that's a blessing. And I'm like, hell yeah, this is awesome. I'm gonna get lots of stuff done. I'm gonna be productive. Now, this one might be a little tricky for a lot of you guys who are in constant pain like I am, but just do it. And I'm gonna say exercise. What types of exercise is really going to depend on your physical fitness level, and everyone's bodies are gonna be different. It'll be different from day to day even. So, do what works for you. Whatever exercise you choose to do, just make sure that your heart rate is going up a little bit, enough to work up some sweat, and you're breathing a little bit harder. That way you're getting some good oxygen into your brain and into your body. And plus, you get endorphins, which is going to give you that nice, satisfying afterglow. Now, this rule applies to all the caffeine drinkers. Mine is called tea before 3. So I drink tea all day, but not past 3 o'clock. I know it's tempting. Don't do it. I said don't do it. Of course you will. 茶飲むなって言ったぞ、このクソ! Now you're gonna be peeing all night. But in all seriousness, this rule definitely improved my sleep because instead of getting up to go pee like 3 to 5 times at night, it cut it back to maybe 1 to 2 times a night. That I can deal with so much better. Now this one's gonna catch you guys off guard, but keep all smart devices out of the bedroom. And I'm not saying this because of staring at the screen and the blue light and all this BS. I'm talking about the radio frequency radiation. I put a link down below because it's a huge rabbit hole of a scary, terrifying thing. That article talks about what the EMF, or the electromagnetic field, and the radio frequency radiation do to our bodies and to our children. My personal experience with this was when I used to sleep with the phone next to my bed, I would wake up like 10 times a night, and it wasn't a pee reason. It was so bizarre. And as soon as I stopped sleeping with the phone next to me, I was fine. I just had to get up and pee. It was the strangest thing. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. And maybe you got some more options now that you can add to your sleeping arsenal. So, thank you very much for watching. Take good care of yourselves. Treat others the way you want to be treated. And I'll see you guys again next time. Alright, bye.